Hi everybody, thanks for letting me be a part of Career Night. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person, but this is hopefully going to suffice. My name's Anna Canzano. I'm a reporter, an investigative reporter here at KATU, and you might also see me on the weekends as the anchor that's telling you the news at 5, 6, and 11 o'clock. My experience as a student at Park Rose was really pretty amazing. I mean, I went Park Rose K through 12. I started at Knott School, went to Sacramento School, went to the middle school, went to the old high school, and it really prepared me for the job that I'm doing now. Being at Park Rose gave me the opportunity to do a lot of activities, anything that I wanted to do, you know, cheerleading, sports, mock trial, spelling bees, you name it, and I was involved in it. And I loved that part of being a student. Not only was I getting a great education there from teachers, but I was also engaging in all of the activities that made me a well-rounded person. It made me really proud when I went away for college to Pepperdine University on an academic scholarship that the new high school was being built while I was gone. So it's brought me a lot of joy to see that building and the students that are in it now, because a lot of us students at Park Rose actually worked very hard on the bond measure campaign to make sure that that school got built. The school that we attended in high school had rain that would actually leak through the ceiling whenever there was a fall storm, and it was just kind of a bad scene. So I hope the students there appreciate what they have now. What skills are required to be a journalist or news anchor? I think curiosity is probably the #1 skill. You have to have a mind that's interested in things, interested in people, interested in their stories, engaged in the world. I think the key skill that comes after that curiosity is the ability to write. I know a lot of the being on television part is fun and exciting, but I think at the base of everything that I do is writing and being able to tell a story in an interesting way. I think that's what I fell in love with broadcast journalism. Initially, I was really into print, but when I discovered Channel 2 and when I discovered broadcast reporting, it was very exciting to me to realize that you could tell a story with your words, your writing, but also pictures and sound, and meld it all together and make people feel something or teach them something that they didn't know. As for the educational path that supported my career, I worked really hard all throughout school. I wasn't really the smartest student ever in class, but I know that I was probably one of the hardest workers, if that makes any sense. I worked harder than other kids to make up for maybe the smarts that I didn't have, and it paid off in the end. As I mentioned, I did get a scholarship to Pepperdine University where I studied broadcast journalism, and I did study international business as a backup plan in case the whole reporting gig didn't work out. Unfortunately, it did, but it made such a difference to me to have that scholarship to go to what, you know, is a private university that my single mom would not have been able to afford. So what is a typical day as a journalist? Well, since I kind of have two jobs here, my job as an investigative journalist, one of the things I really love about it is that it's different every day. I could come in one day and be working on a story about cops and what they're doing, you know, that cost them their careers, or another day I could come in and do a story about, you know, crude oil being shipped through Oregon and how that's going to affect our environment or affect our environment. What I love about it is just that variety, that literally every day I could be doing something different, and I am. As an anchor, when I, you know, sit here at the desk on the weekends and work on the news and tell the news of the day, that's challenging in a different way, is being able to tell people, you know, what happened that day, the important things that happened that they need to know about in their community, and be authentic about it, because I'm in people's living rooms and I want to be real and show them who I really am, and that these are stories that I care about. Okay, my favorite or most challenging story that I've covered, my favorite stories have been stories about kids. I had a series called Canzano's Kids, in which I would once a month feature local foster kids who needed homes. And these are amazing children. There's really nothing wrong with them, and they've just had unfortunate circumstances in their lives where their parents aren't able to take care of them. And they're looking for families of their own to be adopted into. And I mean, the fact that I got to do a year's worth of those stories and that several of the kids that I featured wound up getting homes because people saw the stories and said, you know, that's a kid that I would want in my family. That was incredibly fulfilling for me and something that I think I will always treasure in my career. I guess in closing, I would just encourage you to learn everything you can about all the careers that you're going to hear about tonight. Keep an open mind and you know, think about the things that really drive you, that make you excited, because life really is too short to do something as a job every day that you don't enjoy. And I feel fortunate, I feel blessed enough to have a job where I wake up every day and I come to work and I'm excited to be here, and I really hope that that applies for you as well. Thanks, and have a great career night.